A sudden and unexplained death in the world of pop culture. Actor Corey Monteith of the hit TV show Glee was found dead Saturday. He was only 31 years old. Monteith was with the Glee cast when the show debuted in 2009. 2 years ago, he won a Teen Choice Award for Top Actor in a Comedy. Among those in shock today, Glee director Adam Shankman. He talked to CNN on the phone this morning.
I had several interactions with him yesterday where he said to me that he was feeling amazing, and he even said that I'm feeling fantastic again. And, he was obviously referring to, that moment he had here with going to rehab. And so I'm, like everybody else, really devastated and confused by what happened.
Monteith's body was found in a Vancouver, Canada hotel room. An autopsy will be performed Monday, but police have already ruled out foul play. Let's bring in HLN's Dr. Drew Pinsky. Dr. Drew, thanks for joining us. So we don't know the cause of death, but obviously we do know that the young man, the actor Corey Monteith, struggled with addiction issues since he was at least 13 years old. We just heard the Glee director refer to Monteith's drug problems. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Jake, I think it's pretty apparent that, when somebody has a chronic, potentially fatal illness, particularly when they die young, you have to think of addiction. Whether or not we even had any knowledge of addiction is one of the leading causes of death in young people, and this is just another reminder, in fact, that addiction is a fatal disease. And unfortunately, we don't know too much about what happened here. It is also a reminder that in the period after somebody has been treated is sometimes one of the more dangerous intervals. They may have been on a substance for a long time, become tolerant to it, clean up, take something that would have been otherwise a nominal or small dose to them, but because they're no longer tolerant, it can be sufficient to kill them.
One of the big questions, I think, for those of us who don't traffic in the worlds of addiction is people like Corey Monteith, who struggled with addiction and yet had so much going for him, so much money, so much ability and the means to try to combat this addiction. Do those riches, does that fame, does that make it easier or does it make it harder? Do you have access to more ways to combat the illness, or do you just have a bunch of more enablers?
It's a great question, Jake, and it sort of cuts both ways. The biggest problem I've had in treating celebrities over the years is that they make a lot of money for a lot of people, and they love their work, and they go back to their work prematurely. If you look at Robert Downey and his success in recovery, it really is because he just left work and focused on his recovery for years before he ever contemplated coming back. Even then, he only came back under the supervision of his peers. So yes, and by the same token, he does have access to good treatment. And let's be fair, treatment works, but addiction is a fatal illness. It's a chronic fatal illness like so many others. And we don't say insulin doesn't work because a diabetic gets complication or a diabetic gets blood sugar out of control. We say it's time to go back in and get treatment. The difficult part about addiction recovery, though, is to keep that person engaged, keep that recovery as a priority in their life, and keep everybody understanding that if they don't do that, their life is in danger. And this is just another reminder of that, and it's a sad, tragic reminder.
So sad. Dr. Drew Pinsky, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
A nightmare in Canada keeps